Hey, all you cool cat and kittens, it's KillerKingcakes here. Gonna do a little video log, my first one on this Easter weekend. We are basically gonna spend our day pretending like we're at the beach for Easter, cooking a bunch of food and vlogging it. Exciting. Don't forget to subscribe at KillerKingcakes.com at YouTube. Today, also, don't forget that Carol Baskin murdered her husband and fed him to her tigers. Now, that all that's over with, we are going to make carnitas for lunch. Now, the first thing we did was we made a very simple kind of pulled pork thing. It's just you take a pork shoulder, boneless is best, in the crock pot. You know, oil, salt, pepper, and a bunch of either just oregano or that mixed Italian mix. And you put it in the crock pot for 16 hours on low, and we don't even like pull it. We eat it kind of like a roast. You just slice it and everything. The key to that is to make sure you're pulling the fat out the next morning at lunch, because it gets in the bottom and it kind of, it's just gross. So you get better browning on it if you kind of make sure the juices are not getting up over about a quarter of the roast. Obviously, that's a lot of meat. So what we do the following days are, you can make quesadillas out of them. I'm gonna make carnitas, which is a very healthy, low carb lunch. Let's get started. First, I'm gonna chop the onion. That's the onion. This is the onion, coarsely chopped. Doesn't have to be fancy. Okay, now we're ready to go. These are all of our ingredients, which are gonna be onions, leftover pulled pork. Actually, the best way to make this is with your leftover real smoked pork. That's where I got the idea. Some olive oil, some salt. I realized I do not have straight oregano. That's how I normally make this. So I'm just going to use this Italian herb blend. This is my favorite brand of it, mostly because it's more expensive than the other ones. So that means it's always better. Some olive oil in the pan. You do that by unscrewing the olive oil. I can't unscrew it.
Or sometimes he grill there. Sometimes the good ones grill.
Unscrew the olive oil and pour in the olive oil in the pan. Honey, can I get a new shirt? And we're back. So, like I was saying, you put the oil in the pan. You heat it up. I heat it up at about a 7. You basically want a medium heat. Basically what you're gonna do here is you're gonna just soften your onions, but you gotta think, like, later on we're gonna jack this heat up and basically fry this pork in it. So, you don't wanna cook the onions too much right now or they'll burn. So, I'm gonna get this oil heated up. I'm gonna get the onions started and then we'll be back. Oil is hot, let's get some onions in it. Appreciate that. Pinch of sugar. That's not sugar. Pinch of salt. Now, this is where this comes in. I'm sure conceptually you can put too much of this in it. I just have never hit that point where I felt like there was too much. So we're just gonna put a bunch of whatever Italian seasoning you're using. Like I said, it's definitely best with just straight oregano. Take a look at that, Carter. Show it. That's a lot. All right, now we're gonna cook the onions. Just give it a little stir. Basically let this cook for like 4 or 5 minutes. Just trying to get them soft, ready for the pork. All right, so onions are softened, looking pretty good here. While we were away, I pulled apart some of this pork. It's nice pulling pork. It reminds me of my grandmother used to, do the snap beans thing all day long. It's very therapeutic. I think this is even better because that's beans and this is pork. All right, so we're gonna crank up that heat, like up to 9, like high heat, medium high probably, maybe at 8. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Gonna take the pork, throw the pork in there. No need for more oil. This pulled pork's got fat in it, and it's basically gonna fry itself in its own fat. You don't need any more oil. So we're gonna throw that in there. And then, hey Carter, what time is it?
Time for some more herbs!
Time for some more herbs. Gonna take some more herbs. Gonna pull off the regulator. I don't need no regulation. I'm gonna throw the herbs. More herbs. Throw that in here. And basically, we're just gonna kind of fry this up until it gets crispy. And it'll turn it really into a totally different dish. You won't even realize it was pulled pork almost. We'll be back in a minute. Yep.
Ready?
All right, carnitas are done. See that? And so basically, so they get a little crispy. Look at that. Delicious. Okay, so now I am sauteing some spinach. I'm not going to show you that. If you don't know how to saute spinach, you're a terrible person and don't deserve to be watching this vlog. Here it is. I'll show you once it's plated up.
And then I'm gonna get a cocktail, vodka and ginger ale. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette that's 9 miles long. I'm gonna kiss that pretty girl on the tilt-a-whirl, 'cause this old man is going
Alright,
to
so the
town.
spinach is done. We are gonna plate this up. Just put a little spinach down, like so. Then you either put it on the side or you, oh my God, you top it with the carnitas. And you've got a nice, tasty, savory, pretty guilt-free lunch right there. That maybe 12 minutes. I mean, you can really make this in 10 or 12 minutes. So, there's your quarantine lunch meal of the day. Don't forget to sign up and subscribe. KillerKingcakes.com. Thanks again.